Hey, Kliq This fans, want to get closer to the show than ever? Join Kliq This TV. Kliq This TV offers early commercial-free access to wrestling's hottest podcast, plus live audience tapings of their show every friggin' week. Head to kliqthistv.com now and get inside the show that's just too sweet.
The following podcast contains mature language and adult discussion.
Kev, I love when a plan comes together. I had one request for you before you went out to the convention this past weekend. What city was that again?
I was in Detroit.
Oh, that's right. You went back home.
I mean, I was in actually, I was in Ypsilanti.
Which is what, half hour?
Yeah, suburb of Detroit.
I said, you got to meet Angry Grandma. And lo and behold, we get a text in the group chat. He did
That's
it.
my girl, man.
Let me tell you, she's as good a worker
better
as anyone on that roster right now.
But the thing is, too, though, man, it's like every great worker, it's like they're 80% who they are.
They just turn it on.
Yeah, and she's just.
I mean, you can reveal it. Is she really kind of sweet?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Like when I was, I hugged her. I was,
Now we both saw that same video where she's standing, screaming at the TV in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Was she screaming for Roman Reigns? I think, and
something like that.
Mispronouncing his
I
name.
I need my wrestling. No, she knows. She knows her. She's a little old school though. She likes NWO.
Jack Briscoe.
No, not that old school. She's a Attitude Era. Stone Cold, Undertaker.
Right. How was her? Were you able to see her line? Like, could you see where she was from your?
Yeah, it was
point?
okay. I mean, she I think that's more of the experience. I don't think I don't think she just hasn't been. If that lady had been doing that for 30 years, she'd have a line through the, But right. she's kind of niche.
She's giving me the vibes of the Throw Mama from the Train. You remember that movie?
Yeah, Danny DeVito, right?
Yeah, Ann Ramsey, I think the actress's name was.
Yeah.
Where's the beef? Maybe I cleared my throat. Somebody wrote in that the clearing the throat is bothering them. Clearing Kevin's load, I think. I'll get to it.
Didn't I just watch a Stern not too long ago, a clip where he gives Bobby Booey the same, he crucifies Baba Booey because he...
Yes. Gary would clear his throat all morning, and
said,
it would drive Howard crazy.
Yeah. So, Howard cut a promo on him. He said, you think I'm being mean? And I'm not. He said, you just drive me fucking nuts.
You ever listen to those old ones of how brutal he was to his staff? Like, by today's standards, he'd be canceled or whatever the fuck. Nowadays, when you're mean, you're in trouble. Like, wasn't that the thing with Ellen? She's mean to her staff. And then I think, what's his name? Not Kimmel. For Christ's sake, Fallon got hit with that, didn't he? A little bit. I
think he was kind of aloof more than anything else. Kind of.
The conditions that millennials need to work under nowadays is ridiculous. No one could have worked on Wall Street in the 90s. Nowhere where there was a high pressure situation where someone might raise their fucking voice at work. You're mean. Give me a break.
That's we're living it right. We're living it right now.
Snowflakes, I think they call them. Who else? Who else was on the slate this week that you got to spend some time with? Of course, you were with Sting.
Oh I saw Steve, saw Brett, saw Trish, saw Lita.
There was another female worker you were in a photo with. I think you were with Sting. You were all doing the Wolf Pack. Who was in that photo?
No, that was a fan.
It wasn't Lita. Are you sure?
Oh, Britt Baker.
That's it, Britt. Yeah.
I love her. I don't even consider. I consider her my buddy more than I do. She's a female wrestler.
Yeah. So was it TV also, or was it just sports? And Angry
it was
Grandma.
everything. Let me think who was there. I saw Lou Diamond Phillip was there. The cast of Earl, like Jason Lee, Jamie Presley was there. Hellraiser, some of the people from Hellraiser.
What's that guy?
The guy that
the
played
bald
Pinhead.
guy, right? Yeah.
Yeah. He's really good. Really good dude.
Are the venues filling up? Is that circuit still strong, Kev?
Well, this is Astro Comic-Con, which is run through Twisted, which is it's kind of a Juggalo type, you know.
Twisted the group?
Yeah.
They were on. I think they were at an ICP find. I think they were one of the first bands signed to Psychopathic Records.
So I mean, it was a Twisted. You know, so it's an ICP, and I've always. I mean, I've been to the gathering 3 times. So
yeah.
I'm definitely fucking. Plus, man, fucking the ICP's from Detroit.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fucking. Anybody that fucking makes it out of there fucking and represents, you gotta give them some love.
Can you get up there this August? It's the 25th anniversary.
I don't know what I would have to look at. I should probably get the date so I can lock it if it's open.
Yeah, let me see.
Because Tamara shoot up there in a heartbeat. Spend 4 days.
Yeah, I want to see it. I gotta see a gathering. I think I'm gonna.
I know that I'm going to Wales in August. To a Comic-Con in Wales.
Oh, Steve, what's the date on the gathering? I want to say it's the second week of August. Right in the middle there.
Oh, you're talking about going to the. Oh, it's the 25th anniversary of the gathering.
Yes.
Fuck, I might have aged myself out from that.
13th to the 16th.
Yeah, I don't drink. Like that ain't gonna work.
Ohio.
Yeah, that ain't gonna work. They did get weed in Ohio, though. They got recreational weed now in Ohio.
That's reason enough.
That was kind of nice about being in Detroit, is just go out at the fire pit at night, and there's just dubage just being passed.
So this is, of course, airing on Monday. So this week you'll be flying to Vegas.
This week
Monday.
I'll be flying on 4 days from now.
Yeah.
I'll be
when I get you in the ring 4 days from now, right?
4 days from
You
now,
guys used to
you
do
hit
this
me
all the
with
time.
your finish, I won't move. Ever.
So what's your schedule? Do you have to? You're doing convention work on.
I have WrestleCon,
right,
which is
Friday.
at the Westgate. I don't know if that goes from 10 to 2, maybe. I think it's 10 to 2 every day. That is.
Okay.
Steve, can you check that, Steve?
If anyone's looking to see
WrestleCon
Kev,
goes?
you'll be out in Vegas.
Because I'm doing Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at WrestleCon, and then I'm doing a private. It's not private; it's open to the public. So I won't be there Thursday, but I'll be there
9 to 2, 9 to 1, 9 to 1.
9 to 1. So that's perfect, man. You're done by 1.
Yeah.
And then Saturday I got another gig. I think I go from 2 to 4 at some place in Caesar's Palace.
Was it a private signing or it's a fan event?
It's you can go to it, but there's a like if that they want merchandise signed anyway. They want me to sign shit.
Okay.
It's like a Field of Dreams or something like that.
And then you're at the venue.
Then I'm at the Hall of Fame.
Oh, the Hall of Fame. That's right. I forgot about
The Hall of Fame, which is at 10 o'clock Friday night. And I'll be going with Sean Waltman and his lovely wife.
it. Mm-hmm.
So.
And then you'll be at the event Saturday and Sunday. Will you go down to the locker room?
No. I just go through the cafeteria, just go to catering.
You'll be backstage.
Yeah, food's backstage. I don't think they put it out by the ring.
Yep. I didn't know if you were going to just up in the box. I thought maybe they brought just the stuff in the box.
They did actually. They brought pretty damn good food last time we went. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to be on camera.
Why?
Because it's fucking.
You don't think they'll
WrestleMania.
film the Legends? Nah, but it's part of it. The Legends box and the Legends participation.
I don't want to be a part of the show. I just want to watch the fucking show. I want to be a mark.
Who will come up to you? Who will come up to you this weekend?
No one. I don't know.
Which of the current roster would like to speak? Cody will come up to you.
Also, yeah, I mean, I speak to all those guys. We're the boys. I mean, all the top guys that are there, I've worked in the same territory with them.
But it's always weird because now with your show, sometimes we have to be critical. Sometimes we have to be.
You know what? It's a different. I don't think I've ever buried anybody.
No, you haven't.
I think that what I do is I point out details. I think I'm more because I don't know where shit's going, so I'm never gonna judge storyline wise. I understand. I'm starting as this process is going on as they work their way towards WrestleMania, seeing just the magnitude of this event. Like, the road to WrestleMania has never been bigger. The fucking production, the locations, like everything has been fucking just.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like each one of those nights would have been a fucking 92 WrestleMania. You know, those Raws.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, when you look at it and you realize like, okay, Kevin, they're really not booking the show for you, so you just need to probably allow them to have some three-way dances so people can get on fucking TV, because nobody wants to watch 13-hour shows because they're so fucking incredibly deep in talent.
Right.
Like
So
I don't watch SmackDown because it's just I don't know why I don't watch SmackDown. Usually Raw, if something of significance happens on SmackDown, Raw will cover it.
Yes.
So that's kind of my barometer on. But at the same time, I don't know what LA Knight's doing.
Right. And I
know he's. I mean, you know, he's on top over there. So I don't know so I don't know the ins and outs of his angle.
Mm-hmm.
Where's he at?
LA Knight and Jacob Fatu, singles match.
That'll be a good match.
I'm just wondering because like sometimes I'll watch like ESPN, I'll hear like Stephen A. Smith going off on somebody on the court or on the field, and then and these guys are often in each other's company after that. Either someone will be a guest on a show, or he'll be at a sporting event where the talent is there, and they're kind of always have to be in each other's circle. So I always wonder like how honest, or how, I guess it's all in the phrasing too, how critical of someone can you be if you know as a commentator you're then going to see them. Everyone's a professional, and when you put yourself on camera, you open yourself to criticism. But
I mean, there's times when I've buried people on this show.
yeah, well, Logan Paul.
Yeah. But I didn't bury him. I was just probably, I would use the term harsh. But it was, I wasn't, nothing I said but was by any means facetious.
Well, enough to elicit a reaction that you were bitter on his part. And
I mean, I don't know, man.
Shirtless in the woods.
I've never tasted myself. If I'm bitter, that's up to their taste buds, brother. But I'm looking forward to him and AJ. So just I take it for what it is. It's going to be a good match. It's going to be
Right. How long of a flight for you?
AJ's jacked.
AJ looks great.
The travel
AJ
day is like
great.
6 and change. So I'll have a layover in I want to think it's 3:49 from Atlanta to Vegas. I just absolutely fucking hate Las Vegas.
In what respect? Talking about the airport or the city?
Everything. Everything. Never had a problem with Vegas. Bullshit. Always have had a problem with Vegas. It was tolerable when I had Scott. Because I know at fucking 8 o'clock in the morning, we'd be fucking leaving some strip joint with sunglasses on. Saying,
right.
Fuck, we'd rat pack that motherfucker. Just going out there to go out there. And now that I'm not drinking, it's like, to me, it's one of those things where like, it changed so much when they legalized cannabis.
Right.
Because then you would go to the dispensary, you go take a walk around the parking lot at night, you get a buzz on or whatever, then you go through the fucking front doors and ging, 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 ging. People are screaming, and it's just like, you're like, oh my God, Super Buzzkill 101. And you just got to just get to the elevator bank and go up to your room and eat room service, curl up in a ball and say, oh, fuck. I'm going to be like this for 4 hours.
You said it's only 3:49 from Atlanta. How could that be?
I think it's 3 hours and 49 minutes.
Okay. I thought it was longer.
I can tell you exactly on my Delta app.
I bet you can.
It says here that everything is contingent on whether or not America's flying that day. So guess they had another little mishap.
A little close call.
Yeah, another fucking...
Dress comfortably, Kev. I recommend you wear your true classic. All right, for the flight. Keep your ass nice and comfortable. Your body too. One mission from True Classic to make sure guys look good and feel even better. They've nailed it. The look, the feel. Oh, I'm actually wearing under my sweater here. I have my True Classic white tee, and you can see the great fit on me. Perfect to show off my new body. And the price too. It's not just the fit. It's not just the look. The price. These aren't just regular t-shirts, hoodies, jeans, activewear. This is leveling up. Okay. It's the cut. It's making a guy's body look like it should, tight where it's got to be, a little looser where it's got to be. All right. Their brand DNA is built on being highly intentional in everything they do, and that's creating high quality essentials. Their ads are fun, but they have Ritz-Carlton like customer service. If you have any questions, any issues, they get back to you immediately. So it's a great company. It's great product. I've been wearing True Classic for a while now, since they were introduced to us last year. And from the first piece I put on, it was different. I jumped in and started shooting pictures and ads myself on my socials for it, okay? It's snug where you want it. It's relaxed where you need it. There's no weird bunching, no awkward tight spots. Just a clean, effortless fit that works. All right, so forget this overpriced designer nonsense. Skip the cheap throwaways. True Classic is right down the middle and delivers the premium essentials built for real life. Now, get yours at Target, Costco, or go to trueclassic.com/Kliq, Kliq. Let us hook you up and let them know we sent you. trueclassic.com/Kliq, Kliq. Thank you, True Classic, for giving me
So
a
maybe
fit I
so
love.
I mean, I'll have to try my True Classics for the ride, and I'll give it an update on how they do on the 4-hour and 27-minute flight.
Yeah, 3 and
it.
change seemed a little soft. Yeah.
Well, 11 soft?
But you're not also taking into account your flight from Daytona.
No.
Matt agrees with you. He's a Vegas local. He said, "Kev, the town sucks."
I like it. Like I've been out in the suburbs where people live and shit, hang out. I've had I've had some good meals, some great sushi. There's some great gyms. Like one of my buddies is out in Henderson. I mean, it's like I don't know, man. It's just you can get good food. It's just
If
you
you're
get
not
fucked
into
with.
crowds
Yeah, you
and
just get
constant
fucked.
entertainment, it's not
Yeah,
the place for
you
you.
get fucked with. That's my whole thing.
Furthermore, Matt says it lacks soul and personality, cheap pretentiousness.
Yeah, there's no fucking corner bars that have been there since, your dad was in high school.
No. I was there once. Had a wonderful suite at the Bellagio. Bellagio was new at the time. I just wanted to see Wayne Newton, Kevin. I'm in Vegas. I got to see Wayne. I just
Bang
wanted
him?
to see. I said, well, we'll get there. I actually took it in the ass because I walked. You look at a map of Vegas, right? You go 4 blocks, no problem. Well, we all know the size of the blocks in Vegas. I walked down to the Stardust. It gets a little crunchy down in that area. Fucking, he was off. He was off for the night. He was sick or something. He wasn't performing. So he gave it to me. They said, "We'll give you tickets to anything in the area, provided we can get the tickets." I ended up sitting through Louis Anderson instead of Wayne Newton.
I would, yeah. My aunt met Wayne Newton. My aunt
Is he
Sheena
gone or
met-
is he still with us?
No, he's still with us. I'm pretty sure.
That's remarkable. He's not a young man. So yeah, Kev. So good luck. We expect the full coverage for everybody here next week. What your discussion with Logan Paul was like, and all of that.
I've never. I don't think he and I have met.
This is as fine a time as
I'm
any.
sure I would remember it.
Some feedback from last week's show. Unreal NYC 718 said, "Love listening to yous every Monday. As far as Cena, how was anyone going to tune in when he got slept off his finish one time? KO. Took it like 4 times, not even counting ladders. Cena needs to take those Rockport sneakers and keep it moving." We kind of talked about that last week, that we were a little troubled at the assassination of John Cena, who's going to be in a main
Yeah,
event.
it makes it a fucking hard swim up fucking stream.
But Kev, since he's off TV for the go home and the week before the go home, is that going to work against the against the storyline building. The last time anyone will have seen him on television before, outside of clips, before WrestleMania, he was flat on his back from that move. And listen, that
I
move.
think that WrestleMania last match, Cena's first time as a heel, I don't think anybody fucking gives a fuck.
Doesn't matter what they did, right?
Yeah, it doesn't care if they fucking lit puppies on fire, fucking reshot fucking Bareback Mountain. I mean, it doesn't fucking matter. Cena being a heel, fucking last match, a chance to be the all-time fucking 17th world. That's the story. Everything else is just garnish.
So he'll be on. It looks like he'll be on SmackDown Friday night before the event. So, all right, so they'll do something.
I mean, and that's they know that this thing's already. I mean, it booked itself, and I think that's why you've got to just not even be hypercritical of it. You've just got to look at it for you can sit and fucking. We used to sit when we worked at the strip joints, and there were actual females, dancers, performers that worked in there that had been Playboy Playmates, Penthouse Pets. I mean, if you saw this girl in a mall, casually dressed, and it was the Mall of America, you would put your 20,000 fucking steps in, because you would not let that person out of your sight. They would be you occasionally in your life you'll see somebody somewhere that's just absolutely stunning, and I take that as a beautiful piece of art. Like I'm just not going to gaze at that for a second. If there's a way I could like go someplace and kind of admire that, because they're few and far between.
I see it every morning in the mirror, but I get what you're saying.
I'm just saying though. Remember one time it was Bike Week and I was going down to this Hidden Treasures, and I was just going to go down there, and they got like a real nice outdoor bar it almost looks like it's a movie set.
What is Hidden Treasures? You have to.
It's a little restaurant.
Okay.
But it's on the inlet, so it's where the Halifax dumps into the Atlantic Ocean, and like all the fishing boats go out of there and shit. And then that's where the lighthouse that's down here. It's right.
Yeah.
It's right across from that. They say it's the oldest restaurant in the East. They have all kind of bullshit things. But so I went down there to get a red stripe, and there's like this cobblestone walkway you got to go to go around to where the bar is, and this fucking probably 5'10" in heels, so probably 6'2", dark-headed woman with a just unbelievable, one of the most attractive women I've ever seen in my life. Definitely with some augmentation, but like just the perfect amount. And she had a shirt that was rhinestoned, but like probably cost like $1,000. T-shirt rhinestone that said "bitch," and sunglasses, perfect makeup, and I was just going back to get a beer. I was just like, really?
That's love.
Like, really? No, I love my wife.
I know it's.
Yeah, but I mean, it's one of those things where it's just like, oh fuck, could you imagine like 10 minutes earlier I could have sat and looked at that and had a beer. Now she's walking off. So
Now you used a term earlier, have to quantify. Now you worked as a bouncer in the gentlemen's clubs in both Detroit and Atlanta, right?
Yeah.
Do you have to say dancer? Because many of these girls are not dancers.
They're
moving around to
like
music.
Performers.
There are people who have studied ballet for 27 years and Martha Graham, and they're dancers.
I mean, do you think that somebody that's doing like a Native American that's doing a rain dance, do you think that's a dance?
in stiletto heels, pumping silicone titties, grabbing dollars with them, or are you talking about doing a rain dance?
I'm just talking about dance in general. Isn't I mean, to me, dance is movement to music. And
I'm sure
and
a Native American has done a rain dance.
No, but I'm saying though that I consider dance as an expression to music by movement. You don't have to be good at it. Elaine proved that.
Well, I'm an athlete because I moved a little today. I walked down the stairs before. I worked my legs out, did a couple of flights of stairs going up before to get my boots. So I'm an athlete. I moved. My muscles. I worked my muscles.
I see.
Okay. Wes has pointed out to us and nobody else in the chat that Sean gets annoyed by the strangest tiny things. Grant Hilberry was watching last week and said, I think the finisher killing him like that is to show he's normal. Cena can lose like he has been for years now. So it gives a reason for The Rock to actually be there and to help Cena to win. A prediction from Grant Hilberry. Is that a play on Grant
I mean,
Hill?
they've already got all our money, so it doesn't matter. We can all try to guess what color the fucking dress is going to be.
Mr. Geo, I was playing MyRise in WWE 2K25, and whoever was writing the Nash tweets in the game was spot on. I thought Nash was really there. Now, what is this, guys? Steve, do you know? Can you pipe in? Or Wes, Dom, somebody who knows who's played
What is it, storyline mode?
It's storyline mode, and Kevin tweets you as a character?
Everybody tweets. That's how we
Okay, so that's all the wrestlers do. So within the game, within the story, someone put your audio on. I'm tired of reading. I've been up since 5. So you're playing storyline mode, and then like you'll get a tweet from Kev.
Yeah. So
about your character
in the game, all the characters, the wrestlers that you interact with, like they message back and forth. You have a phone and you look at social media and you see tweets and stuff. I haven't played deep enough in to get to Kev's, but apparently he's in the MyRise mode.
And it sounds like they've kind of captured him accurately, no doubt. From
probably a fan.
Yeah. Kev, what kind of permission do you have to give for something like that? I know you.
I mean, that's you pretty much let them use your likeness.
Yeah, but now it's tweet. What if I'm playing as a character and I get a tweet, saw you on Raw, nice cock, from Kevin Nash? Can they just do that?
I don't think unless I actually saw your cock, they should be able to.
You're going to have to get on this and make sure that you're approving everything that gets tweeted to these characters.
You get to the certain level in the game, and all of a sudden, Kevin Nash starts tweeting you that 9/11 was an inside job.
Oh well, I clearly I've completed the game, the MyRise mode. Zach Gomez, you'd think all the years of production experience Sean has, he would know how unpleasant it is to hear him clear his throat of Kevin's juice every 5 seconds.
Number one, how could he possibly be ingesting my juice when we're 3,000 miles apart in different studios?
Not to say I never have, but I'm
just saying.
It lingers. Last summer was wild. Summer of 24. Listen, Dick, I hit the mute button. I 99% of the time hit my cough button so that you don't hear any unpleasantness that happens. Zach Gomez. I don't know how many times you've talked with the pre-show 3 hours straight, but sometimes you get a little verklempt and some stuff happens and you have to reach and hit the button. Sometimes in the middle of a discussion, I might forget. Okay, I'll fess up to that. I apologize, Zach. I want the only loads in anyone's throat you hear from now on to be you and your lovers. Okay, I'll try to keep mine out of it. Listen, while we're talking about masculinity, and my overabundance of it, I might need a little test. I don't know. I know that this is a thing for guys, testosterone. And our friend Nick Aldis from SmackDown is helping guys like me who are questioning.
Do you want me to answer that for you?
Our test about me? Absolutely not. I've taken enough of you.
I'm just
about testosterone in general.
If you're
sure.
Curious.
Yes, I am.
If you're not waking up with an erection, you've got low testosterone.
Does a piss erection count?
No.
Right. This is naturally occurring, correct? Men with every year lose testosterone. Is that not
As a
fact?
woman goes through menopause, as she goes older and she loses her estrogen, men go through andropause as we lose the production of our testosterone. That's why people have prostate problems, is because their testosterone levels get so low, their estrogen levels go high, and it attacks their sex organ, which is their prostate.
Your man parts start to
Yeah.
freak, right? So I got a statistics for you, Kev. Did you know the average testosterone level in U.S. men has dropped by 1% every year since 1999? That means today's guys have significantly less than previous generations. Everyday exposure to chemicals in food, grooming products, chemicals in the environment accelerate this decline.
It's good news for us zaddies out there.
Yes. And you can't avoid this stuff, Kevin. I mean, we live in the world. So this is where Test X9 comes in. There's Nick right there. Test X9. This message is brought to you by Nick Aldis, the general manager of SmackDown and former world champion. Test X9, clinically supported all-natural testosterone formula built to help you fight back and perform at your peak. How is Test X9 different? It combines 9 powerful, clinically studied ingredients shown to naturally stimulate testosterone production while blocking excess estrogen conversion, just like Kevin said, as if he knew what I was going to read. You'll find no fluff, no gimmicks, just real ingredients backed by science with independent studies, each one available directly on the product page. You can verify this yourself before you order. I encourage you to do that, and you'll see the results that have been produced. Test X9 goes beyond just testosterone. Magnesium activation technology is designed to help improve strength, energy, recovery, even sleep, giving you more power, sharper focus, and the resilience to take on whatever life throws your way. Nick Aldis knows what it takes to succeed both physically and mentally at the highest level. And Test X9 was built with the same mindset. Whether you're training hard, chasing goals, or you just want to feel like your best self again, Test X9 is the edge you've been looking for. Please do not let this decline continue, men. It's not your fault. There's nothing you can do. But now there is. Head to LegacySupps.com. That's Legacy, SUPPs.com. Use the code KLIQ, K-L-I-Q. Get 10% off your order. That's code KLIQ for 10% off. Stop the decline with Test X9.
Nick always has been in shape.
Yeah.
You know,
very natural physique too.
And yeah, he was never. I think that I would be very surprised if he was to have taken testosterone before it was time to take testosterone. Yeah, he always seemed like very, very athletic.
Mm-hmm.
I always liked the gig he did when he was the NWA champion for a while. He kind of brought that back. Mm-hmm. Kind of when there was like some gaps, and he kind of took that belt and made it mean something.
Yeah. Yes.
It was a good period of what wasn't independent wrestling because they had television, but it kind of had that indie feel. But he was a good champion. He did a good job with that.
Bikes says, "Damn, does Kevin like anyone besides Scott? He doesn't like anyone. He doesn't like Alcina dresses. He doesn't like Maven. I guarantee you he doesn't like Triple H either." This tweet follows weeks, Kevin,
this is
comments that you like everyone.
But you played right into this, guys, because all he's doing is I'm going to name everything that to get he wants a response, so he gets nothing from me.
But
Yeah,
I think
I don't like Paul.
But I think it's comical and worth pointing out that for how people are, it's almost pointless to respond to anybody because the comments of Kev, I've never had a problem with this one. Never, he likes everybody, and then this one you don't like anybody now. So
yeah, because it's funny if you say, "Oh, he never had a problem with this." Then you're sucking Will Sasso's cock. But yeah, if I get shitty,
you're going to be you're going to start clearing your throat a lot.
Yeah, if I get shitty about somebody, I'm just one of those people, man. And I have a problem. Like when I broke in, whoever broke you in, like your sensei, I mean that meant the world. Like when you walked in the locker room and you shook their hand, that it was Harley Race. Harley would look at you and say, "Kid, who broke you in?" I said, "Jody Hamilton." "Yeah, he's a good fucking man. Motherfucker could work." So that was the way I'm sorry, man. I didn't. It's very difficult for me to listen to professional wrestling through the eyes of somebody that won a fucking MTV show.
You're referring to Maven. Tough enough.
I'm just saying.
Anyone who would have won
anybody
an MTV show
that would have won. Yeah, I would have a hard time, taking.
Well, even
too
look
much
at
with a
shows
grain of
like
salt.
American Idol on the other side. You used to have to do the road, play the shitty clubs with 5 people in the audience at 12 at night. Now you win a contest, and you're fucking elevated to some status.
Name the last 7 Idol winners.
Oh no, I have no idea.
Name I mean, it's any of that shit. Fuck, man, it's just a work. Now it's people that are actually good musicians. I wonder who's going to go through. The guy that's got the 4.5-minute pre-tape of him playing, or the fucking, like
on the show when they should the whole lead up to this guy walking in with
this
the guitar.
They spent fucking $50,000 shooting a fucking lead in. Yeah, they're gonna not all fucking 4 chairs are gonna turn around. I mean, come on, are we that stupid? Magnificent! Absolutely beautiful. You're the best dancer ever. Fuck off.
There's that dancer term again. Must have been in high heels and a thong.
No, he was at Hollywood. Dancing with Stars.
Dancing with the Stars. Oh, hey, I would be remiss if I didn't do this. You know what got a lot of attention? And I just shared it. I don't even remember. I think, Steve, did you put up the thing of Kev singing? I don't know where I saw. I never knew about your appearance on Martin Short's show.
Will Martin Short jump in?
And I don't know how I got it. It was either sent to me or I saw it on there. And I liked it, and maybe I shared it. I got so many comments. I guess a lot of people didn't see it. Now, what era would that have been? When did he have a show? You had the very long hair with the goatee.
Yeah, I'm gonna think that's 2001.
Okay, so after Diesel.
Oh, blonde. I mean, that's big sexy. That's blonde hair.
Right. WCW.
Yeah.
That was hilarious. That was hot shit. You never mentioned that.
Dude,
all the singing you've done on this show, you never talked about doing a duet with Martin Short.
I'm sure there's other things that I've done a lot of shit. I always am happy when I see shit back because there's nothing I ever see that I go, God, I was really rotten in that. Sometimes I go, I was iffy, but I'm never rotten. So.
User 2176, everything visually about Cody screams arrogant bad guy. But then he talks and he comes across like he wants to be liked by everyone. He could be the modern day Ric Flair. He has all the qualities. He would go wish he would go scorched earth and let loose on somebody, especially his old man. The lisp would just be icing on the cake,
He
just as
can't
any
do
kid.
it.
Couldn't heal. Couldn't heal.
No, his wife and his child are too much woven into his storyline.
I wonder about that.
Huh?
I wonder about that. That could make him even more detestable if you did something where he turned on his
you don't want. Yeah, you got somebody's husband and father out fucking around on your TV show. That's a good storyline.
Family's been brought on camera before, and
yeah,
people have turned on them.
Not during this era.
Yeah, that's true.
Sean, you're gonna have to fucking one of these days realize that fucking on Netflix they're not gonna pull a fucking rubber hand out of May's fucking vagina. So
I'm not so sure about that either, but
I don't know. See. I'm so lost in the 4K, and I just being able to when I watch it, because it takes me a couple times to watch shit. You can't critique something and see it. I mean, you can give your general critique when you watch it one time through, but then you always sit and then you're going to ponder because you want to have an opinion, but then it's like, yeah, and there's so many times my first opinion is not my third opinion.
Okay. Very
like
good.
Why? I have a question. The questions at the end of Raw are: how many more times can you pie face?
We're here. Go ahead.
I don't want her in the match, man.
I was gonna ask you this week. This is what I wrote down. I wrote, is Io Sky in the way of a potentially great angle match with Bianca and Rhea?
Yeah, I want to see a jaguar fight a fucking panther. That's what I want to see.
Right.
I don't want somebody from fucking
So
Fortnite.
There's a perfect. All right. So there's the illustrate. One of these things is not like the other. Okay. There we go. Right. Yeah. So I just kind of feel like it's an ill-fitting conflagration of talent. And is that intentional? Maybe they want everyone to be annoyed by her.
No, she's a baby face and she's got she's the champion.
Yeah, but you don't know where it's going to go. I'm always trying
I know
to think
exactly
about
where it's going. I know I'm not stupid. Do you know what the fucking
do
you know what the Asian do you know what the Asian influence on fucking Netflix is? This is the #1 streaming fucking in the world. This is it.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you don't have somebody for the 2.5 billion Asian people out there.
So it's her and who else? I mean, this is the draw for 2 billion people. That this is what they can do.
Well, they've had.
This is the reason I'm watching her.
They had packs of them for a while.
Talking about what I watch on since Netflix. Since Netflix, we're talking about.
No, but and we also don't watch the feeder product. Like there's a lot of talented females in NXT.
Yes.
Yes. I think but that's where they get a chance to actually kind of pull. And it used to be that way when Bayley and those guys were there at NXT, that they got a lot more airtime and they were able to pull more of the show. To whereas, there's not that many female spots on Raw for female talent.
Hey, when she got drop kicked by Sky, Rhea, that is, she took the bump into Bianca. And I
couldn't tell if Bianca got her hand got
I
her.
don't think she got her head. I think she took it. She took a header right into her, and it looked.
Well, if it was forehead to forehead, it's all right. I looked to she didn't get color.
No, I think it was. I think it was here, like by on her clavicle, her shoulder area.
Oh shit, I ain't gonna feel that.
Yeah, but the impact, I couldn't concuss with the impact. I watched to see if she was really hurt. It looked stiff. But
Not as stiff as fucking Bronson's
Oh.
tackle. The fuck was
Bronn
that?
was fucking vertical on that spear, and I
Bronn's-
another.
Bronn's like the fucking beast from X-Men. He's just
Oh, I feel like he's another one that when he dove took it on the head. Those neck compression things, just since from knowing you guys, like
he was a
How-
fucking he was a free agent walk on going to make it with the Ravens, fucking white running back that ran like a fucking 4.28.
Mm-hmm.
That kid's a fucking he's a Rick Steiner, man. He's a monster.
I know, but I just with the head, the
Nah.
compression moves.
No, none of those Rick Steiners fucking had any neck injuries. Those motherfuckers, man, are just.
I mean, yeah, you have NFL players that go head to head, and it does not end well.
Yeah.
I want the illusion. I don't want anyone hurt. I want the illusion of reality.
You can't,
in
but
the ring.
that's like fucking. If Carlos is cool taking it, if Carlos is cool taking it, then I think it's.
I thought you were leaning in to take one on your face. What about
I just called him by his dad's name.
What about the finish with Finn?
I didn't like it.
What could they have done to?
But that
maybe be
wasn't
a little
really
more
the
effective?
finish because Bronn wasn't in the match. It was
The segment, the finish of the
yeah.
show.
I'm just but the match was Penta and Mysterio.
Mm-hmm. It just it finished a little empty to me. The broadcast.
Yeah, it was flat. It was flat.
What could they have done? Is there any way you could have booked that to
Well,
still get Bronn
I
out
would
there
have
and
since Finn picked up the belt after he fucking dropped him.
Right.
I would have established that Bronson had the belt, and then I would have had while Bronson was spearing Penta, I would have had off camera. I would have had Finn pick up the belt, and then when I would have had the camera go like have established where the belt was, and then somehow it went after when Bronn's getting ready, have that missing behind him, and then have whack. Then out of the other side, he'd get drilled with the belt. And now he stands over his carcass holding the belt.
Right.
Because he's just used it to take him down, and the focus is on Finn and him where you need the focus to be. That's how I would do it.
That would work.
But then again, I got to pick it apart for fucking.
You got to watch it 3 times.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I mean, fuck, how many times did you sit there and go, "Oh Jesus, if I would have known the fucking offensive guard fell, I would have ran the fucking safety there and got the." Like, nah, it don't work that way.
Well, but since this is predetermined and written, you could say, "Hey, why don't we have Finn and Bronn as the final shot?"
No, I
here?
mean it's something to think about, but at the same time, you already have like we're taking the end product and saying like, see, I mean, if you look right from here, that fucking back hubcap's got a dent in it. You know, to whereas they're fucking looking at it as it comes off the assembly line, going, that looks pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So
Another thing
through some Detroit fucking auto assembly line jargon
references,
in there.
exactly.
Yeah.
As
And
much
it's
as we can get.
because in probably 16 months they'll be building cars again. All the new plants, the manufacturing. It takes no time.
It's morning in America.
Oh, fuck this. I mean, just throw up one of those all aluminum fucking buildings that you see in the back of magazines. Fucking throw some robotics in there. Get a fucking work crew. Fuck. Just put rocks down for the fucking parking lot.
Can I not be done with Raw quite yet?
No, I'm just throwing it out there.
Another thing that laid a little flat with me after that really wild Gunther, Jimmy J handcuffing, or zip tying and torturing, like a horror film.
Cape Fear.
Yeah, a little bit. The confrontation with Max Cady in the final scene of Cape Fear did not deliver for me this week with that promo following such violence.
That was a weird segment. I'm not liking it happened with Reigns and Heyman at the end, where they have this dialogue between two characters, like a foot and a half apart, and the person says, you know, I was trying to think.
He's not cutting a promo. He's cutting a monologue.
Yeah, and then the other person is saying, "Well, I would have, but yeah, but okay." It's like, okay, I'm like, put him up. Like he just kind of is just making this instead of saying yes, like
and into the mic. They keep the mic by their side.
Do you speak to your mother? Yes. Why? What does this have to do with that?
Like it starts to look like a wrestling promo when one person's going off and the other person's standing there bug-eyed and maybe under their breath going, pick up. Why can't there be a two-way conversation? Why does it have to be 6 minutes of one person talk, 6 minutes of a response, and then either they fight or the music hits and they leave or whatever? But it's not believable that two cats are arguing with each other. Even the ladies, it's the same thing.
Yeah, no, it's they've gotten into like a pattern. I don't know. I sometimes I think to myself, am I just getting to the point where I've been watching this for so long that
you know what's effective?
No, it's just that maybe we're just jaded. Because you don't, like, the worst thing you can do is, if you haven't really rehearsed a scene, and especially if you're going to improvise, like, I don't know, you can step all over each other. I was watching CNN last night for like 13 seconds, and there was 6 people around a table. They had 2 Republican so-called strategists, and they all just started screaming at each other like the minute after the host laid out the deal, and I looked up. I was like, "Fuck this."
But this is all written. This isn't improv. Is the thing is when they get sent out there, and it's 14.
But that's what I mean. So I guarantee you, if they do go over it, and they probably do. Because they were doing that when I was there in 15, they were making you go out there and go over it. And I was like, I can't fucking just go out here in front of and just act like I'm screaming at somebody. I mean, I'm gonna.
You'd want the person to respond. You're saying.
I also, I mean, I can't walk through it at the beginning of the day because I also want I mean, the energy of the building is going to be completely different. It changes your cadence. It's like you get fucking bolted into one idea, one way to approach something, and one way you're going to deliver it. At fucking 1 o'clock, you're fucked.
Like the Charlotte Flair thing that's all over the place now. Where
I've just seen clips of it.
yeah.
See, there's so many marks that are saying, "Oh, this is a shoot," and they just as soon as I see like 5 or 6 of the really dumb ones that I've never really heard like say anything that wasn't completely like in a work mode.
But that's the thing. I don't think it was a shoot. I think it felt like a shoot because
But it was a
Charlotte's
work.
great, and exactly.
Yeah.
But it was done the way we're talking about. There was some shooty stuff that was in the promo, but they were back and forth. And Charlotte was addressing the crowd.
Well,
Might have been frustrated that they were trying to drown.
The guys, the people that can actually talk on AEW, they let them cut promos like that. They just let them cut promos like old school.
Mm-hmm.
If you bury the guy, you bury the guy.
Yeah. So we need a little more of that, maybe some of that unpredictability. Now that they're on
Well,
Netflix.
that's one of the things that when I watch highlights of AEW, that usually if there's a good promo section in there, that's usually something I'll watch.
They don't have to be so careful. Like when they were on network, they had to be careful because the sponsors. So
Yeah.
you had to say what was written. But now that they're on Netflix, I think they could. I've
A
learned
little
that
bit.
they get a little salty with the language.
They can get a little bit, but
They're heading for the Japanese, the Chinese market, like you mentioned. That's so maybe
they're going for the world market. They don't want, and they want to. They don't want to lose that Disney demographic.
Oh, with if their stuff becomes too
Yeah,
risque,
they want that. Yeah, they want it. They want people to go and watch that as a family, like the big events.
Well, there's some cussing going on now.
There's not a lot of dialogue on the big events. It's mostly.
I'm talking about Raw. You're talking about.
No, I'm talking
the paper,
about.
I don't know what you call it now.
Going to
pay-per-views.
I mean, this is, and the thing is, it would be better for me and easier for me just to, because I'm hoping I get a chance to spend some time with Paul on the Hall of Fame situation, but he's so involved in everything. It's just, I don't know. But if not, then I'll definitely go by and see him Saturday before the show. Like, I don't know what time they're going to get out of production. I'll find out. And but once, you got to get to him before the show, at least an hour, because he's going to be at Gorilla. And I also just wanted to walk out there with no people and look at the set, because I know the set will be fucking sweet.
Yeah.
That's to me the whole thing now. It's just like it's become such a event, And for the
take some cool behind the scenes photos.
I can only say for me that like I'm so proud to have been like a part of that company to where it's gone.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. Take some.
And I did everything in my fucking power to put it out of business.
Well, listen, that's how it goes. You got to be loyal to the ship you're on. And you were on the pirate ship there.
There was never a chance they were going out of business. I knew that. I knew that for the first time Eric brought that up. He said, "I'll put him out of business," and me and Hulk almost fucking spit our beer up. Like, fuck it, you don't know that, man.
Well, there were rocky times. There were some rocky moments, though.
Yeah, no, I don't think it was exactly on solid footing during the fucking trial.
92, 93,
Whew.
those early years. Yeah, it was rough. It was rough. You know what's rough? Getting through your day with trying to find a breakfast that is devoid of all the sugars that you get in that cereal aisle. But there's a line of breakfast foods courtesy of our friends at Magic Spoon. And it doesn't even, I say breakfast foods, doesn't only have to be breakfast foods here. High protein, zero sugar cereal and treats reinvented from your childhood. Oh, the nostalgia. And the brand new high protein granola is here. True to the Magic Spoon promise, packed with protein and very crunchy. Let's talk about the treats now. The treats are high protein, crispy, crunchy, airy treats, an easy way to get 12 grams of protein on the go. Mouth-watering flavors like marshmallow, chocolate, peanut butter, dark chocolate. And now the granola. It is not just a cereal company anymore. Magic Spoon's brand new granola packs 13 grams of protein and 0 added sugars. They come in delicious flavors like dark chocolate almond, honey almond, and peanut butter. And we will get you $5 off your next order at magicspoon.com/kliq, Kliq. Or you can look for Magic Spoon on Amazon or in your nearest grocery store. Very easy to get now. But if you want to get that $5 off, go to magicspoon.com/kliq and make sure you use that code KLIQ and get your $5 off. Granola, cereal with all those wonderful flavors reminiscent of the cocoa days, the fruity days, peanut butter, a frosted cereal as well, and the 13 grams of protein in granola with 0 added sugars. Go ahead, guys. Check it out, magicspoon.com/kliq, Kliq, or check them out in your nearest grocery store. Thank you, Magic Spoon. I don't call them magic for nothing, Kev.
No.
You know what's magical? The speed at which the stock market is crumbling before our very eyes. Had a good bump yesterday. Our president had to go on and recant some comments about the tariffs in order to get the market back. But then today, everyone knew, well, that's just a bunch of horse shit. And the market continued to react. Today, they tumbled after, I think, 145% tariff on China now is the number. And so the response, the world is rebuking this tariff nonsense, right? This is what's happening. I'll give you a Trump quote from today you can react to. Talking about his cabinet. Everyone at this table is doing an incredible job. Fourth grade grammar here, by the way. I have to say, incredible. The relationships are, it's like they're friends. The relationships are very strong, really good, really strong, and these meetings are very good. So that's some clarity for you if you needed to know what's going on.
See, when you first started down this path about when we were going to talk about this, I immediately in my mind said, yes, like yesterday when the market, the Dow was up almost 3,000 points. I said, can you imagine if you sat and talked for a portion of this show, 20 minutes, about what's going on right now, because the chances of it being relevant Monday with this administration.
If you're talking about being red, it red.
I mean,
color.
No, but I mean he just midway through the day that the bond market's starting to crumble, and we're just going to halt this for 90 days. And then there's nothing ever that follows that. There's nothing that says, and this is kind of the game plan where we're going to sit with this economic group and we're going to look at things, and it's always just.
Well, there's no plan.
Well, exactly.
It's all seat of the pants. And this thing where we're gonna outlast China and Japan with these tariffs. We're never going to, as you know, trade will never balance. It can't, because country to country, there's different labor laws, expenses. We don't pay nearly as low as China does. You're never going to have balanced trade because the production costs in different countries.
We did it last week. It was U.S. was $70 for an auto. It was 40 in Canada. It was 6 in Mexico. Where are you going to build a car?
Right. And they're buying the U.S. made products. Why are we only, first of all, talking about manufacturing? We treat this like this is the only industry in the world. There are a lot of the places we can put our focus and still lead the world in a zillion other industries. There's this hyper focus on production lines.
We're too busy doing what we do best, and that's be consumers. Because that's what we are.
Yeah.
We're fucking consumers.
I want to bring up a graph real quick, Kev, a little graphic about the world markets after this last week or week and a half or so of these tariff threats and talks. We think we're going to batter the world into submission. So here we'll click by region. Here's the U.S. markets from the Dow, S&P, NASDAQ, the VIX, which is volatility. So the more volatile a market, the higher that goes. But the Russell, which is technology, right? So all the way down. So it's all red. You're seeing this is just a snapshot of what's going on today. So it's all red. So here's the U.S. markets. Click Asia. For those of you listening, it's green except was it Japan? The Nikkei in Japan, and Australia is, I guess, down 2% down there, and then Europe. If you click Europe, they're entirely green. So all the tariff talk and threats and the imposition of, what was it, a flat 10% now? It's not affecting anyone's work. All the other markets are fine and green. It's ours that are taking the hit because we're paying the tariffs. And we're going to have to charge our consumers more. And no, nobody's going to be driving a Chevy in Dubai ever.
No.
So the tariffs are not going to do this. Oh, God, I have a headache. I feel like I'm explaining to people that the sky is blue. This is common sense to everybody.
It's not going to fight. We're not going to become manufacturers.
No. And this is just to offset a $4.7 trillion tax cut so they could take it. They're trying to find ways to pay for themselves to take that tax cut. And tariffs, they think, are a fine way to collect that money. And we will pay for it.
It just doesn't work.
Dear Sexy. How about some Dear Sexy, Kev? Can you help two people out, please? I have 2 letters here. Can we use that phrase that was used throughout the last administration? Were you better off 4 years ago or today? I don't hear that too much anymore.
No, I haven't heard that much.
Haven't heard that.
No, I haven't heard that too much.
Dear Sexy, 2 letters, actual letters to Dear Abby, but what if Kevin Nash were asked to help these folks? What is the advice that the man regarded as one of the smartest men in wrestling ever would come up with?
Low bar.
Dear Sexy, I've been with my husband for 19 years. And we've established a loving, stable relationship. Despite some very tumultuous times, I've always known he finds me attractive and he compliments my appearance. But many times throughout our marriage, his demeanor toward me has changed if someone more attractive is around. He repeatedly checks out women while we're on a date. He even pretends not to know me when they walk by. He recently told me I'm very attractive, but not beautiful. I'm not bothered if he finds people attractive, but to treat me poorly because of it and make distinctions between my looks and theirs makes me feel inadequate and judged. Are my feelings normal? Is it understandable to feel put off? Or am I nitpicking, immature, and expecting too much? That's from attractive, not beautiful.
He's just a jackass.
That's the douchest thing I've ever heard. I think.
I mean, I just went on a fucking 5-minute story of how if I see somebody beautiful, I'll look at them. I don't approach them. But I'm not gonna fucking do that in the presence of my wife.
Nor would you ever say to anyone you married, "You're attractive but not beautiful." That's mind-boggling. What does he think the result of that's going to be? And what does he look like, I wonder?
I think the most important thing you can have for a mate, like the person you live with, is if they're kind. If they're a kind person, I think that's the most important. I mean, of course, if they're truthful, but I mean, kind. Because even if a kind person makes a mistake and it hurts somebody, like it's
a mistake. It's a genuine mistake.
It's not with malice, and it's like, I don't know.
Kindness, hotness, right? That's got to be on there. You need
But that kind of, I mean, all that's. I'm not saying that my wife's still not hot. It's just that all of that superficial bullshit. I mean, it's always nice. I mean, I look at my wife, like she just peeked her head out of the garage when I was backing up today and just gave me a smile. I was just thinking, like, God, man, she still looks like she's fucking, with that smile, she's like she's 25.
There you go.
Like she's still fucking that same girl. I don't see some old lady. I see that same young girl smiling at me.
So the lady that wrote the letter in, it seems like she's in a troubled relationship. It's beyond just that.
Yeah, no, it's the next thing will be like, like, you don't mind if I bring her home. I mean, I find you attractive, but I've always wondered what it'd be like to have an attractive and a beautiful.
That's how you wave a towel.
Exactly. That's how I guess you get fucking hot grease in your face. Yeah, this guy's a douche. Number one thing I'd do is, I mean, I don't know if the guy's got any hog or not, but man, if he's anything less than fucking 6, I'd be fucking leaving fucking foot-long dildos around the fucking house as much as possible.
Send a message.
Yeah, not that your little Wonder Wagon ain't exactly touching the walls or anything. Anyway, occasionally I like to be filled up by something. Exactly. See how that feels, you prick.
That is so much better of an answer than what Dear Abby wrote to this person, by the way, which is why I do this segment.
Abby doesn't know.
Dear Sexy. I got to switch gears on this. I'm laughing. Dear Sexy, I lost my wife 14 years ago. We were married for 26 years. Our 2 children are now adults. I've since remarried and moved to another state. My children love and respect their stepmother. I have 5 step-grandchildren who live within 15 minutes of my current home. I love them. They love me as well. My first wife's gravesite is in the small town where we used to live, about 90 miles away. My question concerns my final resting place. Do I request burial with the mother of my children or at a place of my current wife's choosing near my current home, ultimately to be buried next to her? How about cremation? Where could my ashes be split between 2 grave sites? I don't care, but I want to make a choice that will make everyone comfortable. What have others done in this situation? I suspect this is not uncommon. That's from Planning Ahead in Delaware.
Well, I think if he's number one, why are you asking Abby? I don't think Abby's going to be in possession of your remains when you take your last breath. I would sit down if I would hope that the 2 wives, since they are sharing kids and grandkids and all this, that there's some degree of communication. The fact that he still wants to be, or wants, in a perfect world for him, it seems like 50% of him would go one place and 50% would go the other. That's what it feels to me listening to that. So to me, the easiest thing is if you don't want to sit down and have a conversation with everybody.
Well,
When it
who
comes
would be?
down
Well, the
to it,
wife's
the
dead. The
easiest,
first wife's dead. So the kids,
yeah,
the kids from the previous marriage, the kids from the current marriage, and the current wife.
yeah. I just saying, just come with the solution. Hey, this is what we're looking at. Kind of want to be both places. I was thinking maybe I'd get cremated. Half my ashes go one place, half my ashes go the other. I need to put this down on my will. Is that cool?
That's probably the best thing to do, right?
Yeah.
Because one burial place would be, it's an impossible decision to make.
Well, number one, why would I mean? It's way more chill to have, like, to me personally, to have my son in an urn in my house. And we have, like, he has like like a major one. Then there's several smaller ones that we have, and it's just like, I don't know. I don't want to have to go someplace where it's cold, and you know, his remains are fucking right underneath my TV.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, can you bury? See, I guess the wife is buried. The first wife is buried. So you can bury an
Exhume
urn?
her body. That's
the only answer, right?
That's
Everybody. Three-way.
Exhume
The two wives,
yes,
the current guy.
Exhume the body.
Good God.
You'd
never know it from listening, but this is the high spot of the show, brought to you by our friends Mickey Ray Sinatra and Courtney and their Get Blitzed Lit Aid. Oh, that's right. Nano-infused, Delta 9, THC, sipping syrup. Me and my man Kev talking about ads for the Get Blitzed Lit Aid that's coming. And all that exciting stuff. But before that, you need to experience the Delta 9 sip and syrup. Think of THC, but on steroids, okay? You mix it in any beverage like a tea or a white soda with as little as a teaspoon in a fast onset. That's what nano-infused means, going right to your bloodstream and bypassing the liver. 5 to 15 minutes, you're getting all the feels, my friend. It works like alcohol, okay? But without the horrific side effects of alcohol. If you're in Maryland, you can visit a Stay Lit smoke shop. But for the rest of us, it is legal to ship right from the Get Blitzed website to almost all 50 states without a med card as long as you're over 21. And right now you can save 15% by entering the code KLIQ, K-L-I-Q, at checkout. Go to get-blitzed.com. That's get-blitzed.com and try the Delta 9 THC sip and syrup from Get Blitzed. Don't forget that promo code KLIQ, K-L-I-Q. Save yourself 15%. All right, we're back. Kliq This, the Kevin Nash podcast. He's Kevin, I'm Sean. And not only am I Sean, I'm Sean with my new favorite footwear. And I'm not even kidding, since I put these on the first time last week. Oh, and BRUNT. Let me just say BRUNT. Let me just put it out there. I'm not the only one saying it. 500,000 other customers are saying BRUNT as I speak. And I want you to think about boots you've had in your life. How long did they last? Could they be stylish? Could they be comfortable and stylish? Could they be comfortable and stylish and be work boots that you could wear to the job for the heaviest jobs and not have to take 600 years to break them in, to be comfortable in these jammies right from the get-go? You probably can't name me another boot like that, but I'm going to tell you about a set of boots that you can. BRUNT. And it's not only bootwear, by the way. It's workwear. Let me tell you about BRUNT a little bit. Full range of high-performance gear built for tough jobs. Heavy-duty work pants, weather-resistant jackets. BRUNT designs durable, reliable workwear to keep you protected and productive in any condition. Now, I don't have a job like that, so naturally, when it came time to look at the BRUNT website, I wanted to find something to get for the show, but that I could also wear and be comfortable. I found this boot that I so love, the Marin boot. It's the best-selling Marin work boot. It checks every box. For me, I went with the soft toe. You don't have to, because on the site you get to choose how you want the boot made. You can get the hard toe. I got the soft toe because I wanted it to be somewhat stylish for a pair of jeans. Okay? Guys, I'm not lying when I say I love it. I love the boot. As comfortable as your sneakers. It even comes with a little adjustable pad inside. If you need a little more width, you could slide this out. And see the piece in there. I'm trying to get it in the light. There it is. Slide that out. And if you have a wider foot, you'll be comfortable. Guys, take my word for this and get yourself your Brunt wear. Just head to bruntworkwear.com and use the code Kliq and you're all set. Even better, Brunt lets you try all their products on the job, risk-free. And our listeners are getting $10 off at Brunt by using that code Kliq, K-L-I-Q. After you purchase, they're going to ask where you heard about them. Please support our show. Tell them we sent you. That's bruntworkwear.com. Go on the website. Check out everything they have. Use that code Kliq. Thank you, Brunt. Thank you for the boots. Thank you for helping me look good, be comfortable, and have my durable, water-resistant footwear. Ask Nash. Hashtag Ask Nash is how you can do this, or you could just join KliqThisTV.com and be part of the 11 Soft Club and come here and ask Kev a question. Fernum S3J has sent in the following. Kevin, when you were in WWF in the Diesel days, did you ever do tapings in Allentown, Pennsylvania? I remember they used to do quite a bit of tapings there, but wasn't sure if it was during your time. And do you remember the name of the place?
No.
It wasn't at the Allentown Fairgrounds, was it? Because that's where they used to do TV way back in the 70s.
I'm sure there was an updated place.
Okay.
I'll tell you what we used a lot of was we did Scranton, that Boys and Girls Club, but I don't think we did TVs there. Our TVs were kind of Poughkeepsie, White Plains. We did Liberty a couple times, Binghamton, Lowell, Mass. I'm trying to think ones that we used like several times. Of course, the Manhattan Center.
Mm-hmm. The first Raws were there.
Yeah.
All Northeast, pretty much?
Yeah. Yeah, because we did everything. I mean, we would move Raw around.
How about from the audience, Steve? What do we have? Send me some of our 11 soft friends. Instagram. What's Mr. Nash's order at Waffle House?
Well, I used to be able to get a completely different order, but now that they've decided that they too want to go out of business, no specialty orders. I used to get 8 egg whites scrambled with 2 yolks, a chicken breast rinsed before they grilled it, and then steamed hash browns, coffee and ice water. That used to be my.
That was your jam?
Now they won't steam your
What's
hash
the rinsing
browns.
the chicken? What's the rinsing the chicken?
Because it comes with like a salt, it's like a sitting in like a bag of juice.
Okay, right. You want to get the
Bad
sodium
enough
out
that
of it.
it's it's been pretty much marinated, and I just don't need to have it. Preferably get some of it off. So
Good question, Instagram. Thank you. Instagram, a wrestling historian. That was Jen Vargo. Hey, Jen. Has anyone seen Stephanie? Has anyone seen Stephanie McMahon's show? She had a really good episode with Rhea Ripley this week. Stephanie
I saw
Places.
clips of it on Instagram. Rhea looked good with blonde hair.
Oh, I gotta see this. What does she do?
Yeah.
It's called Stephanie's Places. What does she do?
It's just like different places in Steph's life. Different characters come in.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Jen.
It's good because we all like when I met Steph, she was still in college. You know, so everybody's met Stephanie at a different point, so it's kind of cool that way too.
Let's see here. Who's next? David Van Bogelen. No question this week. Just want to say thank you to Kev for letting me hang out this past weekend in Astronomicon. It was great to finally meet him in person. Looking forward to the next. I see you met David.
Yeah, hopefully it's a better hang than that wasn't a very good place to hang out.
Where was it?
It was kind of like it was just a lobby, but it was talking about a lobby. It was like a lobby. We had a table. It was kind of like it felt like we were sitting at a skeet. The skeet fucking gimmick where you throw the hockey puck, the silver hockey puck at the
where
bends.
they put the
they put the talc powder
sand down or whatever the hell it is.
It felt like we were sitting at one of those, like this long fucking table.
Who else? What do we have here? Brandon Douglas. Do you think the talent coming through the PC and NXT are missing valuable lessons from not grinding for $20 a night at some local VFW?
No.
You don't think they've got to be road seasoned?
I think they've got to be road seasoned. I think they need to. I'd put them on buses and run little tours with them, like they used to do that. They had like track suits they wore, and they took them to the gym and put them up in a hotel, and I mean, they take the driving out of the equation just to keep them safe. But get a couple of tour buses and let them tour and let them. Travel's so important, man. If they don't travel and they just live in that little microcosm of the performance center, and then by the time they got to show up to Raw, and then it's too much. It's being on the road for the first time. There's 25 those obstacles should be taken care of right now. You should be learning how to deal with those obstacles, learning how to change your get on the phone and change your flight off your app without calling travel and fucking bogging their shit up.
It's part of the business, right? It's part of learning the business.
You're an independent contractor. I mean, you've decided to fucking sign that deal, then you need to fucking learn the business.
We have one more, Steve. Who can wrap us up here? Mark, how do you feel about your matches against Scott? And what's your favorite match? I guess against Scott.
My favorite one that we had was when we wrestled in Vegas. That was my favorite. I think it was Halloween Havoc.
What made it?
I thought SummerSlam. I thought SummerSlam was good in Chicago with Walter Payton on the outside.
Oh yeah,
we had a solid match. But I mean, Scott and I, it was like watching the Steiners wrestle. Nobody wanted to watch Hall and Nash wrestle. A little bit Razor Diesel, but I mean that was pushing it.
Kliq This is a production of Butch and Sundance Media, produced in association with podcasting. Oh, hey, give me Edgar. Go ahead. I'll throw Edgar in there. Why not? Here he is. What's the most important thing you've learned from acting?
How to be treated well.
Yeah, to go to a job where they go, wow, if the talent's really happy, they'll do a good job.
Like somebody asks you, do you need anything?
That was one of the things with kayfabe commentaries. It was a shoot interview company, but because I came from the other side, it was always paramount to us. We weren't from the wrestling business. We talked to the people beforehand. What beverages do you want on the set? If there's time to eat, what food do you eat? What don't you eat? Just so we knew everything that we could make that person happy. When you got somebody maybe who wasn't being treated well by another promoter, you had we could swing in and go, Kev, I have a black car picking you up. They're going to take you right to LaGuardia. Don't worry about it. Yeah, it's the 97-mile drive on me. Don't worry about it. I just want you happy, brother. So we came from a different perspective. So I think it's one of the things that did ingratiate us to the boys.
But that was also one of the things too that of all the northeastern guys you run into, You were the only one that had a 5 Series BMW.
I think it was a Benz back then.
Did you have a Benz?
Yeah, I think it was that was my Benz face.
It wasn't. I knew. I mean, it was.
No, it was a Benz because you had it. You got in the car, and I said, "Kev, you're gonna have to roll back. It's on the door because the little gimmick was up on the door.
Yeah.
To slide. You're like, I got one. I know where it is. I said,
Yeah,
okay,
it was. I remember it now. Yeah.
And Butch and Sundance Media produced in association with Podcast Heat, created by Tristan Nash, Kevin Nash, and Sean Oliver. Producer Steve Kaufman. Graphics by Dominic D'Angelo. Title sequence and audio edit by Wesley Burleson. Theme song by Dale Oliver. Technical research by Tristan Nash. Copyright 2025. Butch and Sundance Media. Kev, are we doing another one?
Are we in a recession yet?
Let us free to fade away into eternity. A circulate, you've come to love me, but now I'm frozen in dead flesh. Oh, Sophie, knew all along it was a trick, but the customer service never answers the thing.